how do you assess it, Ross, that performance?
Oh, look, we've had an injury, so Scotty Gomberlin's hurt his hamstring, so really disappointing for him. He'll be really flat because we know his history of sort of back hamstring sort of stuff, and he hadn't missed a session. And if anything, we'd lightened off a little bit this week, the last session. So, look, he's really, I feel for him because he's worked his hardest, he's shown strong character. So he needs to be resilient from here and keep going, not drop his bundle. So that's the first thing out of tonight. I'd take probably three of the quarters with our intensity and effort, but the second quarter was really disappointing. We weren't happy with that at half time, the second quarter. So, and then from there you're starting to think, well, where's our run? But it really just shows that it's played above the shoulders. So really, some of our better players found some pretty good form. What we liked about it, we know the Bulldogs were a fierce, contested ball, competing team, and they forced us to lift our standard in that area. So we knew when we were coming over for a bruise-free game of football, we knew it was going to be physical and tough because that's their trademark, and they didn't disappoint in that area. So, but in the end, we worked our way on top in clearances, and I thought some of our ball use stuff we've been working on over summer was really evident, some coast-to-coast stuff. So we take that, but it's a sharp reminder we've still got plenty to do in a short period of time.
Gumbalton, is it standard 3 weeks sort of thing you're expecting with him?
Yeah, and I said, how severe? And they said, look, it's just a hammy. There's nothing off the bone or anything. So they've got to assess, but it's just a hamstring. So, yeah, they're typically 3 weeks. Maybe could be more, but I wouldn't have thought. So hopefully just the standard 21 days.
You saw Ballantyne ruffled his head, moments after it. The players he's only been there for a few months, but he's worked so hard that must be, so galling for him.
Yeah, it would have been. As always, I can't guess what's going through the head, but when you invest so much and you see that investment slip away in the short term, and near term, but longer term, all that work he's done should pay off for him. In the end, you get what you deserve, So he's worked really hard, so hopefully the wheel will turn for him. And he's a Peel boy. He's down from Mandurah away, so they've got a strong relationship. So and Hayden's a really caring teammate, so we like that care.
Was he part of his serious plans for round one before?
Oh, look, everyone was still picking themselves. Our team's far from finalised, so a lot of people did themselves some favours. There was a few efforts and that we didn't like, not hard enough at times. So we don't shy away from that. We need to get a bit harder, more consistently.
You mentioned the coast-to-coast stuff. That's been the coast-to-coast goals you talked about before.
Yeah, there's a couple of good ones.
Yeah, how much work has gone into getting that into the game?
Oh, look, we felt it was there sort of the back end of last year, but we just tried to keep that going, So, yeah, it's nice when it works.
What about Sandlands? He was amazing, obviously.
Yeah, it's a good observation. I thought he was the one in the second quarter when everyone was flailing around him that was strong leadership, and he dragged the few along with him, which is fantastic because he's had a frustrating couple of years, obviously. And but he looks, in pretty good nick.
You thought he was an on-baller at times. He was charging along.
Yeah, he looked lively, didn't he? Yeah, really good ground ball. So look, they'll smack us in the ground ball in the first half. He was leading the ground balls, which isn't a great sign. It's great credit to him, but it was probably a strong indicator that the mids needed to lift.
Ross, another strong performance from him.
Yeah, he's strong. He's a product of hard work. He's built again, and they're dangerous, those two, in particular.
Did Bundy just get a poke in the eye?
Yeah, late. He was fine. He was in my meeting talking, just summing up the game to the players, so he was good.
Do you take just as strong a team into the West Coast game?
Oh, we'll have to go away and assess and have a look at it. Look, and you're 1 week out from round one, so typically you play near your best, depending on your risk of profile, So, yeah, what do we got? I think we play next Thursday, is it? Is that correct? Yeah, Thursday. So, for travel, it's nice to have the one extra day.
Are you where you'd like to be, or where you thought you'd be at the moment?
It's always hard to, you can only build it off the facts. So, we know we're back later in the season's a week earlier, so we've been trying to make up those 2 weeks really. And we're playing a club that's had. They went out the first week of the finals, did they? Yeah, so we went an extra 3 weeks. So we're trying to bridge that gap. The second quarter, you think, have we done enough work? Third quarter, you think we have. And we ran out really strong against the Bulldogs, I thought, in the last quarter. There's some really good signs. So we see them on track, but, little time and plenty to do. We've got to go right to the finish to try and get it right.
Is Zach Clark any chance for?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, well, typically based on what's happening there. So Gumbleton's gone down. Tabernar needs to probably stand up. So that would throw him into the mix. Yeah, he's a super athlete. So it might be. I forget the one with the ice skating where everyone fell over and he comes. Might be a Bradbury, you know.
So could he play next week? Or is he
Who's Zach?
Zach, yeah.
Possibly. I'm not equipped, you know, when you reach for the information. Normally I got it. I'm not. Probably unlikely. Unlikely.
So just play around one that he just...
He's doing a lot of running and work, so yeah. And because he's a super athlete, and it might be the Bradbury, everyone falls over, so you throw him in. But hopefully that's not the case. Yeah, but one's gone down tonight, haven't they? So then you got Griffin and Bradley coming back. So it's really that height, Tabernar. But I thought our small front half looked really dangerous tonight. Throw Pearce in there, Crozier. It's quite lively. You know. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.